Okay, I want to point out this is an optional problem. You would not see something like this anywhere near on an exam. All right, I'm going to say it's a typical industrial problem, and what I really want to convince you over here is that most problems you get are really kind of difficult initially to start, and it requires a lot of information and certainly time and discussion. And what I'm going to claim over here is that you have to realize what they're doing, and if you were a manager at a company, um, you would have to determine you have resources, and what you do with those resources, you should try to make something for sale. All right. So the deal about this one over here, I want to claim, it usually is not an easy problem. You're usually given, spreadsheets with information in it like this over here. And it appears that they have ingredients like, raisins, peanuts, chocolate. They have cost, certainly it'd be very interesting cost of it. And you'd have to be able to read through this stuff over here. This is the initial production summary of what they have. And then, the question is, what are they going to be making, all right? And then you have to start to read that and understand that takes some effort. It takes some effort, all right? After all the effort, though, you're going to get a system of equations like this over here. And you would need to solve that for what you're looking to come up with, all right? Now, the bottom of this is an initial model. What happens after you make an initial model, you start to make additional assumptions, all right? And that's where this stuff comes over here, and you start to do this over here, and you have another table you're looking at, this one over here, and you come up with another system of equations, and you get this one over here. And you solve it. And this is more typical than not, by the way. You get a system over here that has a solution here that's not like the other one. The other one's, it comes back with a specific number. This is more of a variable number of things to deal with. This is a more difficult problem, by the way. But you'd have to determine the number of f's you want, number of. And if you did that, you could determine the number of b's you get. I hope you realize over here that this really kind of restricts us, doesn't it? Right. I want to point out what I mean by that. You'd have to pick a number of f's, so the b would be a positive number. All right? And let's just go through that. So 4 into 3,300. Let's see, I would say 4 times 8, right? That's 32. And then when you get over there, well, 3 from 2, that's 1. I think I can do that. That's 2. That would be 8. You get 20 and 5. So, you could say, oh, F is 825 units. Then you'd say B is 0. And then you got this over here. And this is tough, all right? And you're saying, is this possible? Well, what's 5 times 800? Let's write that down. It's something to think, right? So 5 times 825. Well, it's 4,200. Yeah, that's a possibility. You got bounds over here, though. Then you say, how high could it go? Well, let's talk about that. So I'm going to say the lower bound for F, 825. The upper bound, let's take a look at that. So I'm going to do 4,800. Let me erase around. So 4,800 divided by 5. Let's see, I guess 9, 45. And then you get 30, and that would be 6, so 960. All right? So that's got to be between those numbers over there. And again, this is a decision. What's the problem with a decision like this? There's other things that you have to consider doing that, by the way. It's important you're able to do that. All right? Thank you.